Okay.
There was no discussion.
Okay.
No, I understand.
Okay. Candidates will be drawn by lot. This is the procedure as to who goes first. Yeah. First name is Steve Robinson. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you, sir.
Each candidate has 5 minutes to answer the 3 questions.
Councillor, Mr. Mayor, before we proceed, in relation to the issue that we were previously discussing, I do have a statement. Mr. Mayor, council, staff, and gallery, when I submitted my application for the Ward 4 councillor appointment, it was with the understanding that council was seeking a candidate with wisdom, integrity, respect, and caring. It is because I have these very characteristics that I am now forced to announce that I'm going to retract my application. My reasoning, sir, is that prior to tonight's interview, I was contacted by a member of council to arrange a pre-interview interview. Further, I suspect that other applicants have also been contacted. This was not part of the process, not part of the election process clearly outlined by the and expected by the ratepayers of our municipality. It leaves me wondering what information was learned, shared, and has the council vote been predetermined before this evening. Quite frankly, sir, I found this very inappropriate, and it may give the impression of election tampering. I will have no part of it. My honor and integrity are far too important to me, and I therefore respectfully retract my application. I wish my fellow applicants all the best. Thank you.
There's your candidate.
Having said that,
By-election.
I'd like us to reconsider it one more time, whether you want to go to a by-election or not.
Councillor Underwood.
Yeah. When we sat down a couple of months ago to decide on which way we were going to do, whether or not to have a by-election or not to have a by-election, I remember the reasoning quite clearly. I was talking about a by-election. We were informed that because we have a mail-in vote and that there is a lot of seasonal people who live in Ward 4, it was not an option for us to have a by-election at that time that way. So we decided to save money, and basically because we couldn't have a full and open vote because many of the residents aren't here, that we were going to do it this way and appoint the way we've done it in the past. We've done it a few times in the past this way, to carry over until the next election, which is 2 years ago. I still believe that we made the right decision from the information that we received and what we went with, and I still believe that we should be going forward.
You can't go. We're not going to sit in this all night and listen to this. It's absolutely staged. It's ridiculous.
The council do is resign.
Actually, I'm quite intrigued by the fact that this candidate has suggested that because one person talked to him that the decision is final. Like, one person is one vote. So, how does that have any bearing on what the final result is?
We have to respect the candidate's decisions and what they want to do.
Absolutely, but I think that they're making accusations and they're making assumptions which are attacking individuals, which is not fair in light of the fact that it has no ground. It has no ground. No one is going to be influencing a vote by one discussion on the phone.
Okay. Under the procedures, we either have to have a motion to reconsider this or we carry on with the procedure that's there. I'm going to allow each one to speak. Councillor Russell, you have your hand.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I agree with Councillor Underwood in terms of how we undertook it, but I've known Steve for a long time. He's a man of integrity. He's chaired our committee of adjustment for a long time, and I don't doubt that he's much challenged by that implication of tampering, and I think we should take it seriously, and I honestly believe that if that's the case, then I think we should adjourn the session and reconsider this issue. And it's very simple. It's what he's suggesting is should be looked into, as far as I'm concerned. Because I don't believe that one person would affect, as the deputy says, will affect the outcome. And the fact of the matter is the process was basically to have the 3 questions. I know a couple of the candidates, and I know the other 2 just hello type of thing. 2 of them have talked to me. I've had 1 email. But the fact of the matter is we have a process. We asked for the same, as if I remember correctly, Councillor Cook and I were appointed on the council originally on a similar, almost identical, I think it's the same process. The 3 questions. But what Steve just said to us, we would be negligent in our duty for that implication to stand for the night and for us to go through the process with the other 3, because he is a valid candidate for the position. So to withdraw in that basis, that just gives me pause to continue on just whether we call an election or not is not the issue right now. I think what we pardon?
What is that?
We have to look at how we do the process, because as far as I'm concerned, like what he's saying is he's saying there was tampering or whatever he was implying. So we do this, and then what do we end up with? What do we end up with?
What do we end up with? We end up
You
with
tell me.
Counselor with shadow over top.
Shadow over their head, exactly. And that would be, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think that's right for the new counselor, whoever that might be. Steve was a much qualified candidate for this job. I was looking forward to hearing from him. He's got much experience in this community in terms of his process. So I just think that's my concern.
Counselor McGuire.
I believe we should have a fair and equitable treatment, and I'm not sure whether, I personally can't, for myself, believe that we've had that. I haven't talked to any of these candidates, and I think I would support a reconsideration.
Someone has to make it.
I'll make it.
Moved by Counselor McGuire, seconded.
No.
Seconded by Counselor Russell. Counselor Boston.
I'd like to speak, but I think,
Yep.
I have to disagree with Councillor Russell. I think people have the right to act as they see fit, yes. I think to suggest that one candidate who withdraws for integral reasons, I'm not disputing, I don't know the man, I've never spoken to the man, I've seen him at Committee of Adjustment, does a wonderful job. That is between him and his conscience, whatever decision he makes. I think to suggest that there has been tampering just based on someone's statement goes back to this stuff that we've dealt with over the last few weeks, that there's been leaks in this council and that there's integrity on this council, and I think it's contrived, not on this gentleman's part, on others. What bothers me is if we don't go through with this, then we cast aspersions on the 3 who are here and say, well, you will start with a shadow, and I think that's unfair to them. I think people have to make individual decisions. This gentleman has made one. I respect it. But to suggest that it's going to cloud the other 3, I think is wrong-headed, and I think to reconsider this absolutely throws the entire transparency that this council has strived for in
Forgot a shovel?
We have a motion to reconsider how we deal with the appointment. It'll take 6 votes to carry that motion. Any other question or discussion on it? All in favor of the motion? You want a recorded vote? Sure. Recorded motion. Those in favor? Those opposed? Gonna have to keep quiet. I'm gonna ask to clear the room. I don't want to do that. We'll carry on. We'll draw the name of the next candidate.